Darkness surrounds you. The silence is absolute, broken only by the faint hum of your own breath inside a spacesuit that doesn't exist. You're floating in the void, light years away from home, beyond the planets, beyond the stars you've known all your life. There's no sun here to warm your face, no moon to cast shadows. Just an infinite, empty abyss stretching in every direction. But something is wrong. You feel it before you see it. An eerie sensation creeping through the fabric of reality itself. Then, without warning, it appears. A shape, not quite solid, not quite light, shifting against the blackness. It moves as if aware of you, as if watching. And in that instant, you realize you are not alone. Back on Earth, telescopes scan the sky, peering into the unknown. For decades, astronomers have searched for distant planets, hidden black holes, the origins of the cosmos itself. But recently, something strange has caught their attention. A signal, an anomaly, something lurking just beyond the reaches of our solar system, moving in ways that defy explanation. It isn't a rogue planet, nor a wandering comet. It is something else entirely. Scientists first dismissed it as an error, an illusion caused by the limitations of our instruments. But the data didn't go away. The readings were real, and whatever it was getting closer. The question now isn't whether something is out there. The question is what it wants. Could it be a fragment of an ancient civilization, a remnant of something older than the planets themselves? A cosmic traveler, drifting silently in the void, waiting for someone or something to find it? Or could it be something far more terrifying? A force beyond our comprehension, watching us the way we might watch ants on the ground? The implications are staggering. If this object, this presence, is truly approaching our solar system, then everything we think we know about the universe might be about to change. And if it has been watching us, then perhaps, just perhaps, it is time for it to make itself known. In the beginning, humans looked up at the night sky and saw nothing but mystery. The cosmos was a vast, unknowable expanse, a realm of gods and spirits, where the fates of empires were written in the alignment of stars. To the ancient Babylonians, the heavens were a celestial calendar, a map of divine will that dictated the rise and fall of kings. The Greeks, with their boundless curiosity, saw a grand cosmic clockwork, with Earth at its center, the celestial bodies moving in perfect harmony around it. But even then, there were whispers of something more. Could there be worlds beyond what the eye could see? Were we truly alone in this cosmic sea, or were unseen forces moving through the void just beyond our grasp? One of the earliest recorded theories of the universe came from the Greek philosopher Anaxagoras, who suggested in the 5th century BCE that the stars were not divine, but distant suns, scattered across an infinite expanse. This was heresy to many, an idea so radical that it would be dismissed for centuries. Yet, it planted a seed of doubt, a crack in the illusion that humanity was at the center of everything. Fast forward to the 16th century, and a Polish mathematician named Nicolaus Copernicus dared to upend the established order, proposing that the Earth itself was in motion, merely one planet orbiting a far more important celestial body, the Sun. His heliocentric model was met with resistance, ridiculed by those who clung to the old ways, but it set into motion a revolution in our understanding of the cosmos. With the invention of the telescope in the early 17th century, Galileo Galilei became one of the first humans to see the universe, as it truly was: imperfect, chaotic, and unimaginably vast. He observed moons orbiting Jupiter, craters on the moon, and distant stars that shattered the illusion of an unchanging sky. But even as our knowledge expanded, so too did our questions. If there were other planets, could they harbor life? And if life existed elsewhere, would it look up at its own sky and wonder the same thing? As the centuries passed, astronomers turned their gaze beyond our solar system, searching for anomalies, anything that didn't belong, anything that hinted at something unnatural lurking in the darkness. By the 19th century, speculation about alien worlds had given rise to wild theories, from intelligent civilizations on Mars to vast, hidden planets exerting unseen gravitational forces on the known planets. Some of these ideas were laughable by today's standards, but others hinted at truths we were not yet ready to comprehend. One such mystery emerged in the late 1800s when astronomers studying Uranus realized its orbit wasn't behaving as expected. Something, some unseen mass, was pulling at it, disrupting its path through space. At first, the culprit was thought to be an undiscovered planet, and in 1846, Neptune was found precisely where the math predicted. But even after its discovery, strange irregularities remained, leading some to believe that another massive object, a planet X, was still lurking in the darkness beyond. Decades later, Pluto was discovered, but it was far too small to account for the gravitational disturbances. The mystery of the unseen force remained. By the mid-20th century, advances in radio astronomy allowed scientists to probe even deeper into space, listening for signals that might hint at something or someone out there. In 1967, astrophysicist Jocelyn Bell Burnell detected a strange, rhythmic pulsing from deep space. The signal was so precise, so unlike anything seen before, that some scientists half-jokingly dubbed it LGM, short for Little Green Men. It turned out to be a pulsar, a rapidly spinning neutron star emitting bursts of radiation. But for a brief moment, the world entertained the possibility that something alien was reaching out. And then came the anomalies that couldn't be so easily explained. Strange bursts of energy from unknown origins, objects moving in ways that defied physics, and, most unsettling of all, a growing realization that something massive, something beyond our comprehension, might be lurking just beyond the edges of our solar system. The idea of hidden planets, once dismissed as mythology, resurfaced with a vengeance. In 2016, astronomers Konstantin Batygin and Mike Brown proposed the existence of a giant, unseen world, Planet 9, whose gravitational influence could explain the bizarre orbits of objects in the outer solar system. But despite years of searching, no direct evidence has been found. Now, a new anomaly has emerged, a celestial object unlike anything seen before, moving with intent, as though it has a purpose. Scientists scramble to explain it, but with every new observation, the mystery only deepens. Have we finally stumbled upon something truly alien? Or is this yet another piece of the cosmic puzzle waiting to be solved? Whatever it is, one thing is certain. Our understanding of the universe is about to change forever. The mystery surrounding this strange celestial object is unlike anything humanity has encountered before. To understand what might be lurking at the edge of our solar system, we must first break down the science behind the observations. Scientists aren't just guessing when they say something unusual is out there. They rely on the fundamental principles of physics, gravitational dynamics, and the most advanced observational tools ever built to uncover the truth. At the core of this enigma lies the concept of gravitational anomalies, deviations in the expected movement of celestial bodies. Imagine you're driving on a perfectly smooth road, but suddenly your car swerves as if an invisible force pulled it sideways. If you can't see anything responsible for the movement, you might assume there's something hidden, a strong gust of wind, an unseen dip in the road, or even another vehicle just out of sight. This is precisely how astronomers detect objects lurking in the darkness of space. They watch how planets, asteroids, and even distant stars move, searching for irregularities that hint at unseen influences. One of the key indicators that something mysterious is nearby is the movement of trans-Neptunian objects, TNOs, icy bodies beyond Neptune that orbit the Sun in elongated and sometimes chaotic paths. These objects should move predictably, following Newtonian physics and Kepler's laws of planetary motion. Yet, some of them exhibit strange, synchronized alignments, as if being shepherded by an unseen force. This anomaly is what led scientists to hypothesize the existence of Planet 9, a massive hidden world lurking in the outer reaches of the solar system. But what if what we're seeing isn't a planet at all? What if it's something far stranger? To explore the possibilities, we must understand how we see objects in space. Unlike planets or stars, which reflect or emit light, some celestial bodies remain effectively invisible to the human eye. Think of a black piece of clothing against the night sky. Without contrast, it disappears into the darkness. This is why we use specialized tools like infrared telescopes, which detect heat, rather than visible light. If this mysterious object were simply a rogue planet, a massive rock or gas giant floating through the void, it would likely emit some form of detectable radiation. But what scientists have observed is eerily silent. No heat signature, no reflected light. Just an undeniable gravitational pull, as if space itself is bending around something unseen. One possible explanation is a primordial black hole, a relic from the early universe, no larger than a bowling ball, but with the mass of an entire planet. Unlike the supermassive black holes at the centers of galaxies, which are surrounded by bright accretion disks of swirling matter, primordial black holes are elusive, absorbing light without leaving a visible trace. If such an object were drifting through our solar system, it would explain the strange gravitational effects while remaining completely undetectable by traditional methods. But there's another, more unsettling possibility. Some scientists speculate that what we're seeing could be an artificial object, a megastructure or probe of unknown origin. When the interstellar visitor Oumuamua passed through our solar system in 2017, its unusual acceleration puzzled astronomers. Unlike a typical comet or asteroid, which moves solely under the influence of gravity, Oumuamua exhibited a strange, non-gravitational acceleration, as if it were adjusting its trajectory deliberately. Some researchers, including astrophysicist Avi Loeb, have proposed that Oumuamua might not have been a natural object at all, but a fragment of alien technology. Could this new anomaly be something similar, yet on a much grander scale? To further investigate, scientists turned to radio astronomy, scanning the skies for electromagnetic signals that might indicate intelligent activity. Every time an unusual cosmic event occurs, instruments like the Fast Radio Telescope in China or the Breakthrough Listen project in the United States begin eavesdropping on the cosmos, listening for anything that deviates from the natural background hum of the universe. But so far, the silence is deafening. Either this object is completely inert, or it's emitting signals in a way we don't yet understand. If this celestial body is natural, its origins could be even more astonishing than we imagined. Some theories suggest it could be a captured, interstellar rogue object, a wandering world ejected from its home system, now trapped in the sun's gravitational influence. Others propose it might be a frozen mini-neutron star, an ultra-dense remnant of a collapsed sun that somehow survived in a dormant state for billions of years. The deeper we dig, the stranger the possibilities become. And as scientists continue to analyze the data, one question lingers in the air like an unanswered whisper. If something is lurking in the darkness, watching us from the edge of the solar system, what happens when we finally see it? Despite the incredible advancements in space exploration and observational technology, this mysterious object near the edge of our solar system presents more questions than answers. Every time scientists think they are on the verge of a breakthrough, the data twists into something even stranger. If we have learned anything from the cosmos, it's that the universe rarely gives up its secrets easily. One of the biggest challenges in solving this mystery is the sheer distance and darkness of the outer solar system. Unlike the planets we can observe with relative ease, anything lurking beyond Neptune is shrouded in near-total darkness. The sun's light barely reaches these regions, making traditional optical telescopes almost useless. Even powerful infrared telescopes, which detect heat signatures, struggle against the cold void of deep space. If the object is a rogue planet, or even a primordial black hole, it may be radiating no detectable energy at all. Scientists are essentially chasing shadows, relying on the faint gravitational fingerprints left behind by this unseen force. Then, there's the issue of motion. If this object is moving through space, why haven't we been able to track its exact trajectory? Astronomers can predict the paths of planets, asteroids, and comets with astonishing accuracy, yet this anomaly doesn't seem to follow the usual rules. Some believe this could mean the object is not a planet at all, but something entirely different. Perhaps a massive gravitational anomaly, or even an artificially propelled craft. But if it were moving deliberately, why haven't we detected any propulsion? Could there be forces at work that we don't yet understand? Another problem arises when we consider the lack of a clear electromagnetic signature. When astronomers first detected pulsars, rapidly spinning neutron stars emitting radio pulses, they initially thought they might be artificial signals from an alien civilization. Yet when we turn our ears to this particular anomaly, we hear nothing, not a single unexplained radio transmission, no strange bursts of light, nothing but the eerie, persistent effect of its gravitational pull. This raises another unsettling question. What if it's something that doesn't want to be seen? In a universe where nearly every celestial body produces some form of radiation, the idea of an object moving silently, without a trace, is deeply unsettling. Could it be cloaked in some unknown cosmic phenomenon, hiding from view like a predator stalking its prey? The debate among scientists grows fiercer with each new piece of data. Some argue that this is simply an as-yet undiscovered planet, a massive world lurking in the coldest reaches of our solar system. But others aren't so sure. The possibility of a primordial black hole still lingers, with its gravity bending space in ways that could easily explain the anomalies. And then, there are the more controversial theories. The possibility that this is something constructed, something engineered. If that were true, it would mean we are not alone. But if this is evidence of alien intelligence, why haven't we found similar objects before? Could it be that we are witnessing a cosmic relic, something left behind by an ancient civilization that long since vanished? Perhaps we are only now beginning to notice it because of some unknown shift in its orbit, an event that might be years, centuries, or even millennia in the making. And then there's the most terrifying possibility of all. What if it's coming toward us? If the object is on a trajectory that leads it closer to the inner solar system, what happens when it finally arrives? Could it be a wandering celestial body, minding its own course? Or is it something with purpose, something aware? For now, All we have are questions. But one thing is certain. Whatever is lurking out there is real. And as scientists continue their search, the biggest mystery of all remains unanswered. Are we truly prepared for what we might find? For months, astronomers had been running calculations, adjusting their models, and feeding every scrap of data they had into the most advanced supercomputers on Earth. But nothing made sense. The object at the edge of our solar system was bending the rules of physics in ways that defied explanation. Some scientists dismissed it as an observational glitch, while others whispered theories too outlandish to share publicly. But then, something happened that forced the entire scientific community to take this anomaly seriously. It started with a deep space observation from a network of radio telescopes stretching across the globe. The Very Large Array in New Mexico, the Atacama Large Millimeter Array in Chile, and China's FAST telescope all locked onto the coordinates of the mystery object, scanning for any possible emissions. For days, there was nothing but static, until suddenly a burst of structured radio waves broke through the silence. It wasn't like the random signals emitted by pulsars or the background hum of the universe. This was different. It had a pattern, a repeating, mathematical sequence that wasn't supposed to occur naturally. The discovery sent shockwaves through the scientific world. Every major space agency, from NASA to the European Space Agency, ESA, scrambled to verify the signal. The Adri SETI Institute, which had been searching for extraterrestrial intelligence for decades, analyzed the data and confirmed what many feared and hoped was true. The signal was artificial. But there was something even more disturbing. The pattern within the transmission wasn't just structured. It seemed deliberate. It was as if something, or someone, had been waiting for us to notice. Scientists and cryptographers worked around the clock to decode the signal, but the complexity of the sequence suggested one unsettling possibility. It wasn't a message meant for us. It was a beacon, an automated transmission sent out into the cosmos for reasons we could only guess. If this wasn't a natural object, then what? Was it? Speculation ran wild. Some proposed that it could be a derelict alien probe, a fragment of a long-lost civilization drifting through space. Others suggested it might be an ancient navigation system, marking the boundary of something far larger, perhaps an entrance to a region of space we had yet to understand. But then came the most controversial theory of all. What if it was alive? Astrobiologists argued that if life could take on forms beyond our comprehension, then maybe this object wasn't a ship, a planet, or a machine. Maybe it was something organic, something evolved to survive the void of space itself. If this was true, it meant that we had just stumbled upon the first known example of extraterrestrial life, and it wasn't microscopic. It was massive. The next step was clear. We had to send a probe. NASA's New Horizons 2 mission, originally designed to explore the outer reaches of the solar system, was quickly repurposed for a historic flyby. Scientists adjusted its trajectory, aiming it straight at the Anomaly, hoping for the first up-close images of this strange object. As the spacecraft approached, its instruments detected something astonishing: an energy field surrounding the object, unlike anything seen before. Not a magnetic field, not solar radiation, but something entirely different. Then, just as the probe prepared to send back its first high-resolution image, the signal cut out. Every system on board shut down simultaneously. And in that moment, the object did something that left scientists speechless. It moved, not like an asteroid drifting on its course, not like a planet pulled by gravity. It changed direction, deliberately, purposefully, as if it had been watching us all along, and that's when we knew. We weren't just observing the universe anymore. Something out there had noticed us too. Humanity now stands at a crossroads. The discovery of this mysterious object, something that actively defies natural explanations, has forever altered our understanding of the universe. Whether it is an ancient probe, a living entity, or a structure beyond our comprehension, one thing is clear. We are no longer just passive observers of the cosmos. Something out there is aware of us. The question is, what happens next? The abrupt shutdown of New Horizons 2 during its final approach left scientists with more questions than answers. Was the probe simply overwhelmed by an unknown energy field? Or was something actively preventing us from getting closer? NASA and international space agencies are now working on the next generation of space missions, designed not just to observe from afar, but to make direct contact. One of the most ambitious projects on the horizon is Project Sentinel, an AI-powered deep space probe equipped with quantum communication technology. Unlike traditional spacecraft, which rely on radio signals that take hours or even days to reach Earth, quantum communication would allow for instantaneous data transmission, eliminating the risk of losing signals in deep space. If something disrupts Sentinel's systems, we'll know in real time. Meanwhile, physicists are already designing shielded probes that can withstand the unknown forces surrounding the anomaly. One proposal involves a spacecraft coated in an advanced metamaterial, capable of bending electromagnetic waves around it, making it virtually invisible to detection. If the object responded to New Horizons 2, perhaps a more discreet approach is necessary. And then there's the most radical idea of all: sending humans. If this anomaly truly represents a first contact scenario, there is a growing belief that robotic missions won't be enough. Some argue that only a manned expedition can make sense of what's really happening. But sending humans beyond the solar system is a challenge unlike anything we've ever faced. Current space travel is painfully slow. Even our fastest spacecraft, Voyager 1, traveling at over 38,000 km/h, would take more than 70,000 years to reach the nearest star system, Alpha Centauri. To reach this anomaly in a reasonable time frame, we need entirely new propulsion technology. Enter nuclear fusion drives, antimatter propulsion, and even warp drive theories, once purely science fiction, but now actively researched. NASA's Heliophysics division is working on solar sail technology that could accelerate a spacecraft to 20% the speed of light, potentially reaching the outer solar system in a matter of years rather than centuries. Meanwhile, scientists at MIT and DARPA are exploring antimatter propulsion, which could theoretically generate more thrust than any rocket ever built. If humanity ever hopes to explore deep space, these advancements will be essential. But before we send humans, we must first understand what we're dealing with. And for that, AI may hold the key. Astronomers are now deploying AI algorithms to sift through the vast ocean of cosmic data, searching for patterns that human minds would miss. AI has already helped scientists discover new exoplanets, identify hidden signals buried in radio waves, and even detect anomalies in quantum physics. What if the signal from the anomaly isn't just random data, but a message we haven't yet learned to decipher? Some experts speculate that if an alien intelligence wanted to communicate with us, it wouldn't use simple binary code or human language. Instead, it might encode its messages using universal laws of physics, concepts that any advanced civilization would understand. AI-driven quantum computing could be our best shot at breaking the code, if there is one to break. Despite the excitement, some scientists have urged caution. If this object is artificial, then it was placed here, either by accident or with purpose. And if it's been here all along, silently observing us, then whatever sent it might be watching our reaction. What happens when they realize we've noticed? Stephen Hawking famously warned against actively broadcasting our presence to the universe. He argued that if a more advanced civilization exists, its intentions could be unknowable. And history has shown that when a technologically superior force encounters a lesser one, the outcome is rarely peaceful. What if this object is some kind of listening post, a warning beacon left behind by another civilization? Or worse, what if it's a trap? But others argue that contact is inevitable. Whether we like it or not, humanity is on the verge of becoming an interstellar species. Our radio waves have been leaking into space for over a century. Our telescopes are already mapping planets in other star systems. If someone is out there, they already know we exist. This discovery is forcing humanity to confront something we've long suspected but never truly faced. We are not alone. The coming decades will bring incredible advancements in space travel, artificial intelligence, and our understanding of physics. But the ultimate question remains: when the day comes that we stand face to face with the unknown, will we be the explorers, or will we be the ones who are discovered? And perhaps, just perhaps, we already have been. The stars have always held our greatest questions. For millennia, we have gazed into the night sky, searching for meaning, wondering if we are alone in this vast, uncharted universe. But now, with this discovery, this impossible object lurking just beyond the edges of our solar system, we are closer than ever to an answer. And yet, the closer we get, the more terrifying that answer becomes. Because the truth is, we don't know what we're dealing with. We don't know if this is a lost fragment of an ancient civilization, an artificial probe scanning the cosmos, or something beyond even our wildest theories. All we know is that it's there, watching, waiting. So now we must ask ourselves if something has been observing us, learning from us, perhaps even anticipating this very moment. What happens next? Do we reach out, sending a signal into the dark, hoping for a response? Or do we turn back, accepting that some mysteries of the universe are not meant to be solved? Some scientists argue that making contact would be the greatest moment in human history, a cosmic revelation that could reshape our understanding of life itself. Others fear it could be our greatest mistake. What if the message we send out is not one of curiosity but an invitation? And what if something answers? As we push the boundaries of space exploration, as we develop technologies that will take us beyond the solar system, we must consider the possibility that we are not the first to stand at this threshold. Could this object be a warning? A relic of another species that reached too far, too fast? Or is it something more benevolent, waiting for us to prove we are ready? For now, we stand on the precipice of discovery, staring into the abyss of the unknown. But here's the real question. Is the abyss staring back? What do you think? Could this anomaly be the first undeniable proof that we are not alone? Or is it something even stranger, something beyond our understanding? Let me know your thoughts. In the comments below, I want to hear what you think this could be. And if you found this video fascinating, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep space mysteries and cosmic revelations. Until next time, keep looking up. Because out there, beyond the edge of the solar system, something may already be looking back.